Hi guys, so it's MOT day today. Currently taking the car in now. And interestingly, this is the first time I've driven it on the road since it's turned up and I've got it running again. Obviously no tax, MOT or insurance or anything like that. It is obviously insured now. Can't tax until the MOT is done. And not entirely sure it's going to pass an MOT, but we'll find out how that goes later on. First impressions are actually, it drives pretty smooth. It doesn't seem to be pulling left or right too badly or anything like that. Seems pretty quiet, no knocks or rattles or anything, which is obviously a great sign. Obviously I'll let you know more in terms of how it handles relative to the R3 that I've got a bit later on, once I've kind of had a bit of a play, once it's passed its MOT. So probably not for a little while yet, but yeah, so watch this space and I will of course let you know how it gets on in probably a few moments for you guys, if I'm honest, because soon it will have been done in your eyes. It's the future! Hi guys, so on the way back from the MOT now, and no surprises, it failed. The failure list, which I'm sure everybody is now bashing the number plate into the DVLA website, is predominantly around corrosion, which is within 30 centimetres of the body mounting point. I haven't been underneath the car, as you guys know, yet to have a look and see just how bad that is or where it is or whatever. So that will obviously come in the future. But the other thing which it failed on, which again I did mention I thought might be an issue, is a couple of binding brakes. Basically both of the passenger side brakes are binding. Or it might be the driver's side, offside, I can never remember which way around that is. Either way, one side is binding. So not too bad really, because that is all it failed on and there were no other advisories. The clutch did smell a little bit when we got to the MOT test centre as well, which I think is probably from fighting against the brake calipers, which I understand are actually binding quite badly. So we'll have a look at those in a future video, and I'll talk you guys through repairing, replacing and whatever they need really. So yeah, that's where we are, and surprisingly not a lot to be getting on with. So we just need to get digging with a screwdriver and see just how bad this rust is. That'll be fun. So we're back from the MOT, as you can see, back on the driveway, back with the lovely bag of dirt. However, I did think, let's see just how bad this wheel is. And I know it's really, really hard to see and get an idea of on a video, but this wheel is toasty, really damn hot. I don't know, again, let's see if we can get a bit of a close-up, but the disc is actually a nice bluey colour where the heat has really got into it, which means that we are almost certainly going to have to replace the brake fluid as well as the brake pads. I mean, it's a bit brake pads, probably brake caliper. I mean, it's been sat for a couple of years, so the brake fluid is probably past its best anyway. But this wheel here is really dusty as well, so it's clearly worked its way through those components. I'm back in the barn, and the plan now is to use this lovely, glorious red whiteboard, which I've got, might be a familiar shape, to work on the project PZ to-do list. I tried to make that sound epic, I don't think it really did. Let's see if that's a bit better. Yeah, it's probably a bit more visible, maybe. I don't know, what's the shine like? That should be right. Okie dokie, so this is the to-do list. Now from the MOT we know that we have a big problem with rust. This is the first thing, more on that later. It's with the garage. I will let everybody know what the outcome is of that. Then we've got the brake calipers. Fluid. Then we've got compression test. I do want to know how the health of that engine is doing. Now we've got a compression tester now, so what I really want to do is understand how close to the previous test it was, given that was 4 years ago now, but only 4,000 miles. So hopefully we're in and around that mark that we were at before. Obviously clean it. It is not in a very nice state at the moment. It's not too bad, admittedly, but could do with a bit of a spruce up. Brake fluid we've got there. I think third brake light could do with being done. If anybody has any suggestions or thoughts of anything that could be done, I do want to check the cat. I can't write, because I think the cat might be a bit plugged, but we'll have a look. Full service is clearly on the cards. It's been sat for a long time. I'll talk you through the service and my choice of oils and things as we get to it. What I would like to do, and I'm going to put it in this big lovely triangle here, is R3PZ comparison. I think it'll be an interesting one. I'm going to try and do that a bit objectively, so that you guys get a bit of a feel for what the handling of each car is like. The engines are clearly very different beasts, and I'm not going to try and compare those two, but I do want to try and get a bit of a feel for the handling differences between the PZ suspension and the R3 suspension, and I'll also go through the main differences between the R3 and the PZ there. I think that's it for now. There's probably going to be more as I get digging and start working and stuff like that, but oh, there is one more actually. New battery. At the moment the battery from Frank is currently in there. Frank needs a beefy battery because Frank has really low compression another time. So yeah, we will go through that and explain the battery choices available and which one I'll be going for. Probably part of another video rather than a whole video itself. You guys don't want to listen to me talking about batteries all the time. But yeah, so I think that kind of covers off the to-do list. If there's anything that you guys think would be good, worth looking at and all that kind of stuff, then obviously lob it in the comments and we'll see if we can add to the list. But happy days, progress is being made. We have a list. That means that as things are done, I can tick them off the list. Wouldn't that be cool? Hopefully. Certainly more cool than just staring and writing on it. But yeah, I'll catch you on the next one. Bye! I also made a promise to introduce you all to this lovely guy here. This is Brucey. We found Brucey, and I feel this is like the start of the Bears Trust? Maybe not. But we found Brucey languishing at the bottom of the pond. Clearly one of these fish had managed to get away, and he followed it, and that was his fate at the bottom of the pond. But one summery day when we were cleaning the pond out, I saw the glint of a big fish, and it looked slightly dead. So I went digging, and out came Brucey. Brucey, our lovely bear, he lives here in the bush eating fish, and he's a good friend. Most people have guard dogs. We have a guard bear. More on him later. He might become a bit of a regular feature, depending on people's attitudes. If you like Brucey, please leave a like and a comment below. Catch y'all later.